if I told you that the secret to success wasn't about your career, wasn't about your job or how much money you make, but something that you've had with you since the day you were born? It actually originates between your ears, within your brain. Curious? Well, what I'm talking about is your mindset. That's right, your mindset. And in this book right here, this is the holy grail of everything that you need to know about how your mindset works. And in this video, we're going to break down two of the most important mindsets that is discussed in this book by Carol Dweck: growth and the fixed mindset, and how that you can use both of those to your advantage to really get anything that you want out of life. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Jeff Anzalone. I'm on a mission to get you out of the rat race by working on your mindset. Do me a favor and download the Millionaire Mindset Checklist with the link below the video. So the author, researcher, and professor Carol Dweck that you see here in the book, she uses the term mindset to describe the way that people think about their ability and their talent. There's actually two main types that she talks about. The first one is fixed and the second one is growth. So let's break down both of those real quick. So in a fixed mindset, people think their abilities and their situations that they have, they can't change, that they're just born with them. Okay. So you're born in a poor neighborhood, you're born with poor parents, they're broke, you're always going to be broke. That's their mindset. It's a fixed mindset. Okay. They stick with what they know and they avoid taking any risk. And here's probably the main difference between the two. And I used to have a lot of characteristics of the fixed mindset. People with the fixed mindset, and this was me, used to think as failure is permanent. You fail in something, that's it. Okay. Now, on the other hand, growth mindset, these people, they believe that they can continue to grow and that they can improve their abilities through any effort that they put out, learning, that sort of thing. They're open to new opportunities. And the thing with this, they view failure as a chance to learn. And I'm always telling my kids are teenagers, I'm always telling them, when you fail, boys, you fail forward. I'm always failing forward. I'm always learning from my failure. And I really wish I was taught this when I was a kid, because man, back then you fail, you quit, and that's it. Now, if you have a fixed mindset, you're more likely to view critical, like somebody's giving you critical feedback. You view that as like a personal attack. So if like when I was in junior high or high school playing basketball or football or whatever, and if a coach yelled at me, so if a coach yells at somebody with a fixed mindset for not doing what they're supposed to do on the field or on the court or whatever, they view that as a personal attack on them personally, okay? Versus coach yelling at somebody with a growth mindset, they see this again as a chance to improve, to get better, to get new systems, that sort of thing. With a fixed mindset, you're more likely to choose easier tasks. You want the easy way, right? And you want to put in mental effort. Why? Well, again, you believe that your talent is fixed. So why try to improve on anything, right? But somebody with a growth mindset, you're more likely to accept challenges, even if a coach yells at you, because you understand that you must work hard to improve. All right. Here's one of the biggest differences between the two. Those with a fixed mindset, they're likely just to give up and quit when they face an obstacle, versus those with a growth mindset, they'll actually view these obstacles as a chance to experiment and solve the problems. I lost $50,000 early on in a crowdfunding deal. That's when you invest in real estate online. Didn't know anything about it. Just was clueless. I shouldn't have been investing, but I thought I knew what I was doing. I did it. And after I lost the money, I wanted to quit. And if I had just 100% fixed mindset back then, I probably would have. But I knew that I couldn't quit because I was actually doing this back then for my family. And after I hurt my wrist, because I had to have, I thought that I needed different streams of income, which I did and which I still do, because if I can't use my hands as a periodontist, I'm not able to provide for my family. Okay. So I knew this. So I'm doing this for my family. So I actually took a step back after this happened to really understand what happened during the process, why I'd failed. And then after I'd learned those things, then I was able to learn, improve, and then move forward. That's when I started doing these YouTube videos and blogging, telling people about the steps that I was taking. So hopefully you watching this and other people that are reading my articles would make the same mistakes. Thankfully, looking back, I didn't quit, because now I've been able to help hundreds and hundreds of others avoid some of these other mistakes that I've had and allow them to actually get started in the real estate business to begin with. So I want to take a quick look at the difference between the two. We're going to have two dentists. We're going to have Dr. Smith. So Dr. Smith is going to be right here. Dr. Smith is going to have a fixed mindset. And then Dr. Johnston, what is called Dr. Johnston, Dr. J, growth mindset. Okay. Both of these dentists graduated together. Okay. Dr. Smith thinks that the only way to make money is to trade time for money by treating patients. That's what I was taught. That's what I knew all along. That's what we're being fed. So you graduate as a dentist around 25 years old. So you've got 40 years from 25 to 60 to treat patients. Okay. Trade time for money, invest in a 401k, and you want the compound growth, right? The financial advisors want us to work for them for 40 years so they can go on a beach somewhere while we're killing ourselves. Back hurts, neck hurts, wrist hurts, yet they're off enjoying themselves. Who's the stupid one? Maybe it's us. They got a pretty good gig. I'm not knocking it, okay? So this particular person doesn't consider that there's alternative forms of income. Why? Because they don't like risk, and she doesn't like failure. So it's the fear of the unknown. Oh, I don't know about cryptocurrency. I don't know about investing in other businesses. I don't know about real estate. I'm going to stick with what everybody's told me to stick with. Work for 40 years, whether I can physically do it or not, and invest in a 401k. Okay. So here's the thing. What are the risks? Well, what if Dr. Smith was like me and faced an injury, couldn't practice anymore temporarily, or worse, couldn't practice anymore permanently? Okay. He might struggle financially because, again, he hasn't wanted to think outside the box to explore any type of other investments except for his 401k. So now let's go over to Dr. Johnston. Okay. So again, she graduated the same time as he did. Okay. But while she started treating patients early on, she starts to educate herself, right? She wants to learn. She wants to improve. She starts to educate herself about how money works, about how taxes works, right? Okay. And some of the other investment opportunities. And then she really likes real estate. She starts learning about it all alone. So then over the years, she starts to invest in properties. Okay. And then these properties, this real estate starts spinning off multiple income streams, not just her trading time for money, treating patients. Okay. And then keeps doing that, gets multiple steady streams of income from real estate. So now she's really ensuring financial security even if she stops practice. So in essence, Dr. Smith solely relies on his profession, dentistry, with a traditional retirement plan. Dr. Johnson seeks out and leverages new financial opportunities, makes new connections, networks, ensuring a more secure financial future. So the bottom line is this. Ultimately, your mindset is going to be the one that influences everything from creative risk taking to really how you view feedback from different people, what lens do you look at to take money, for instance. What lens do you look at when it comes to money? Is what you were taught, like me, the only way to make money? We had to become a dentist, a doctor, an attorney, and you had to do that your whole life? Or is there other things that you can do to improve on that or not? And if so, you've got to get to the point where you start to open up your mind. Don't just be so closed-minded, open up your mind. And in the end, one of the greatest factors in determining whether or not you're going to grow or improve your abilities, again, comes down to this: a fixed versus a growth mindset. If you already have a growth mindset, great. If you have a fixed mindset, now that you've watched this video, you understand you can change, you can improve, you can learn from all of this. All right. So if this helped you, do me a favor, like it. And if somebody else that you know is suffering from a fixed mindset, or maybe just needs to get their mind right, do me a favor, click the share button and send it to them. Thanks.